Hi guys, Deanne here from Canada Abroad, and thanks so much for tuning in. Today I'm just bringing you the recap of the express entry draws that have taken place this week. If you haven't been paying attention or you just haven't seen, there were 3 different express entry draws that took place this week on October 24th, 25th, and the 26th. So I'm going to start with the most recent draw, which was for today, October 26th. Now, this draw was quite large. It was for 3,600 invitations to apply, and it was targeted to healthcare workers. So you had to have the required work experience in one of the listed healthcare occupation codes, but it didn't matter if you were classified as a federal skilled worker or Canadian experience class, you would have been eligible. And the cutoff score for this draw was actually quite low at 431. So that is one of the lower ones that we've seen recently, which is great news for a lot of people in express entry waiting for those invitations to apply. And the tiebreaker rule for the specific draw was May 24th, 2023. Now, if we look at yesterday's draw, that was a targeted draw as well, and it was for the French-speaking individuals in express entry. But this one has really increased in popularity, like I mentioned last time. So whereas earlier targeted draws for French speakers were lower, the score has now gone up because a lot of people must have gone out and done that extra test, realizing that they could get all of these extra points and get targeted. So with the French targeted draw, they handed out only a total of 300 invitations to apply. So the comprehensive ranking system score that you needed to have was 486 or higher. And the day before that, so the first draw of the week on October 24th, was for provincial nominees. So anyone in the express entry system who had a provincial nomination linked to their express entry profile would have been eligible in this draw. And they handed out a total of 1,548 invitations to apply. And the comprehensive ranking system score that you needed to have was 776. So that's also quite a bit lower than we usually see with the provincial nominee draws. So this week was quite a good week, lots of invitations handed out, but unfortunately not any all category draws. I know that those are still the most popular ones that people are waiting for, and everyone's waiting for that score to come down. But unfortunately, we are going to have to sit and wait for a while for that to happen. With these targeted draws, it is going to remove some people, but it is also removing people with scores below what is targeted in the general draws. So it's not necessarily going to make that big of a difference. With the French speakers, even with the high score of 486 being picked, that's still below what the general draws are picking. So it's not necessarily removing people from the pool that would be getting those invitations in any case. If we look at the number of people in the express entry system now, at about 215,000 people, and with the number of people with a score above 480, it's going to take a while to see that general draw come down. But, you know, we always like to stay positive and hopeful that that will happen in the coming months or sometime next year. But we cannot predict how low the score will go. We just know that it has been consistently quite high lately. But if you're lucky enough to be included in one of these targeted draws, there is a chance that you can be picked with a lower score, as we have seen over the last month. So thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Canadian immigration news and updates.